Hello, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I thought it would be kind of fun to just make a list of all of my, kind of top favorite all-time TV shows that I've watched and kind of rank them on a tier list system. I've done this once before, or actually twice before on my channel, once with Colleen Hoover books and once with Dairy Queen Blizzards, and now we are coming back a third time with my favorite TV shows. Before we dive right in, let me just tell you that I am currently obsessed with passion fruit green tea with peach popping pearls. It hits so good in all the right places, so I'm going to be drinking on this casually throughout here, so good. All right, let's begin. The first show on this list is Bridgerton. Now, Bridgerton. Oh, you know what? Before I dive in, let me backtrack. Our tier list. We've got S, which is like, your supreme, your super tier, your top tier. I have it as changed my life. Next, we have A, which I have as overall great. Then we have B, which is average. And C, can't help but watch. Now we can dive in. First on the list is Bridgerton, which I am obsessed with, truly. Such a good show. Even the spin-off they did with Queen Charlotte was A+, 10 out of 10. I love Bridgerton, and actually speaking of it, the new season comes out in just like a month, so I absolutely cannot wait. But I think I would have to put this in just overall great. It didn't change my life, but it definitely is overall great. Next, we have Gilmore Girls. All right, I love Gilmore Girls. It's actually been a few years since I've seen it, but it's what I consider my comfort show. So I have seen the whole series probably 4 times overall. I almost contemplated wearing my Gilmore Girls shirt that I have, like Luke Steiner, but I didn't, and you will see why later on. Gilmore Girls, it's either between changed my life or overall great. You think that if I'm saying a show changed my life, internal monologue right now is happening. It's a comfort show. I mean, of course it's overall great, but did it change my life? Is it supreme? Honestly, I want to watch it again. I need to rewatch it. I'm gonna say, I don't know if it changed my life. You don't know. For now, we can always come back to it. I'm gonna put it for now, overall great. We can always go back and change it. Next, we have Ginny and Georgia. It's a fairly new show, just a few years old. I personally love it. Is it cringy at times? Yes. But I love it. It's my type of show. I like it. Is it overall great though? Or is it just average? I love it. But I'm gonna put it in average right now. Friday Night Lights is next. It's been so long since I've seen that show, like 6 years probably. And personally, I'm not a huge sports fan. And so Friday Night Lights, obviously it's about football. There's obviously more to it, but the main focus is football. And I remember when I watched this, I suddenly became like obsessed with football. It was like weird. But I think I'm just gonna put this in average right now. Because it's sports related, it's just giving like average to me. Like, of course, all of the shows that I'm naming right now are like my top 17, because I think there's 17 shows on this, are like what I would consider my top 17 favorite shows. So of course I like them, but in this ranking, that's gonna fall under average. Next, we have Greek, which I am actually currently rewatching for like the 6th time. It's just an easy show to watch. I like it. It's another comfort show of mine. And it's just good background noise, when you're just doing something and you want something to listen to. Like, Greek is where it's at for me. Like I said, I am currently rewatching it, and it expires on the app I'm watching it in like 11 days. Luckily, I only have 6 episodes left. I need to get to it. but I would put this under average. There's nothing like special about it. It's just like it holds a little spot in my heart. Next we have Gossip Girl. Sorry, I read the name Gossip Girl and the first thing that I said in my head was go piss girl, because that was just like the iconic motto in like 2020 where you're seeing like all over Twitter, which is, it's still funny to me. Gossip Girl. All right, this show, I feel like it's almost another comfort show in a way. I have seen it like 5 times but it's so cringy, and I look back on it and I'm like, what was this writing? The cast, phenomenal, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a C. Can't help but watch. Like, I've watched it like 5 times. I'm not obsessed with it. I'm not like in love with it. I just can't help but watch it when it comes on. A side note, I did see, you know, when it came out a couple years ago, the new like spin-off Gossip Girl, which sucked. FYI. Another side note I might add is forever ago, I actually met the actor Ed Westwick, who plays Chuck Bass in Gossip Girl. I met him in New York at a museum. I do have a picture with him. I may or may not throw that picture in here to brag. Alright, 1 second. Alright, next is Modern Family. I started Modern Family a few years ago. Me and my boyfriend did. I just started it out of the blue and became obsessed with it. It was just so like wholesome and so funny. And it was short. I love like the episodes where I love a short funny show that's just lighthearted through and through. I remember when it finished, I cried because I was just sad. It was like I was done watching it. Is it overall great, or is it just no? It's overall great. There's literally so many. Okay, when people say like, oh, I love Parks and Rec, or oh, I love The Office. Okay, yeah, those shows are mediocre to me. Modern Family, like similar writing, similar vibes, but better. So yeah, we're gonna put that in overall great. And you know what? I know Parks and Rec, and especially The Office, have like big fan bases, but come for me. I don't care. You need to watch Modern Family. It's better, okay? It's better. The dad, Mr. Dumpy, I think that's his name, freaking hilarious. Next we have True Blood, which amazing. I started that show as well, again with my boyfriend a couple years ago. He actually surprisingly chose it for us to watch, and I had never heard of it, but it was spectacular. I loved it. This one is overall great. I would definitely recommend that you watch it if you're like into vampires and stuff, which I am. Next we have New Girl. I would also consider New Girl to be another one of my like comfort shows that I've rewatched a handful of times. I think I've seen it like 6 times overall. I also want to do another rewatch. It's been probably 4 years since I've seen it, since I've done another hard rewatch, but I want to do another one because it's just so fun to watch. It's just a fun show. I would say that it's overall great. Next we have Skins, the UK version, of course. I know back whenever I was in like junior high, they came out with a US version, which sucked massively. The UK version is definitely where it's at. I specifically chose the like cover for this down here for season 3 and 4 with Effie and her friend group being the main character, because those were the best seasons. Any season where Effie is in it is amazing. This in high school used to be my comfort show. I would rewatch it like once a year for some reason, and honestly I kind of want to rewatch it again. It's been so long, but it's so good. I'm saying it's so good, but I'm literally about to put it under average, but like it is an average show. There's nothing special to it. I think it just like the time that I watched it was just like a fun time of my life. So, but overall the show itself is just average. Next show is Parenthood. It's been a while since I've seen this. This one had a lot of seasons, and this is another one where I remember I cried when it ended. I actually have a video of me like crying watching the finale, but I won't post that. It's been so long, so I can't really remember all the ins and outs, but I remember it was kind of like another wholesome show in a way, parenthood. It was just like about this family, this like huge family, and just all the ins and outs of it. I'm gonna put it under average, which isn't bad. I feel like all of my rankings, none of them are bad, because remember, these are all my favorite shows. Next we have Stranger Things. All right, if you know me, you know I love Stranger Things. I love it. Like forever ago, I had a Stranger Things Halloween themed party where I was dressed up as 11. So yeah, trust me, I love Stranger Things. I mean, the storyline is great, the cinema is great, the cinematography of it all. Obsessed with. I can't wait for the new season, honestly. So I'm gonna put this one under changed my life. This will be the first one we have underneath there because it did change my life for the better. Next we have One Tree Hill. My boyfriend's sister, shout out to Michaela if you're watching this, is obsessed with this show. So don't come for me with my rating. I also like One Tree Hill. I think I've only seen it like twice all the way throughout, just because there's a lot of seasons. There's like 8 or 9 seasons, and I do want to rewatch it, but I remember it was so like, it's like a roller coaster watching that show. Like every other episode, I was either screaming or crying at the laptop. So I think I'm gonna put it as average, because it's another one of those like cringy teen drama movie or shows. But I will just put it under average for now. Next we have Veronica Mars, which, oh my god, yesterday I heard the theme song to this on the radio. Oh, and it just brought back so many memories. My boyfriend told me to watch this a few years ago because he watched it and loved it, and then I watched it and I loved it so much. I can't wait to rewatch it, but I need to wait a couple more years before I rewatch it, just because it's still kind of new on my radar. But it was so good. It truly is. If you like a mystery type of thing, oh my god, that's where it's at. I would put that under overall great. Which, speaking of, since I heard the theme song to that show on the radio yesterday, my boyfriend had this kind of brilliant idea where he's like, we should do a tier list, you know, ranking video like this together, where we rank our favorite theme songs from like our favorite movies. And I thought that'd be really funny, or TV shows, whatever. Next we have Vampire Diaries, which I don't know if it's a comfort show, but I love it. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, at the end of this video, you'll realize that I rewatch shows a lot. I do. But that doesn't mean I don't watch new stuff. I watch new stuff all the time, but you have to realize is my hobby is watching TV. So I love watching new stuff and rewatching old stuff. So Vampire Diaries, I would give that like a 9 out of 10. Like that, I love that TV show. Damon Salvatore, that's where it's at for sure. That's going underneath overall great. Overall great. Next we have Wednesday. You know, Wednesday Addams, the newer TV show, which I loved. When it came out, I truly loved it. What more can I say? I can't wait for season 2. I heard they got renewed, so I'm hoping that comes out soon. I'm gonna put that under, well, now that I'm thinking about it, is it overall great or is it just average? I mean, to me it was overall great, but if you look at it from like an outsider's perspective, it was just average. But this is my tier list. But I'm like, does it fall under like the same categories as those others? I mean, I was Wednesday Addams for Halloween like several years ago, so it like holds a place in my heart. I love the Addams family. I'm gonna put it in overall grades. I personally liked it. Now that I'm looking back on this, I think I am going to change. I'm gonna move Gilmore Girls to Changed My Life. Because it did change my life. So we're gonna move that. All right, last but not least, we've got The Summer I Turned Pretty. A moment of silence, please. A moment of silence for everyone, but I'm also gonna take a sip while we do this moment of silence. Oh my god, that's so good. All right, the shirt that I did choose to wear today, Cousin's Beach. If you've watched The Summer I've Turned Pretty, or you read the 3-part book series, you know that's the name of the beach where they stay at every summer, Cousin's Beach. I'm obsessed with this show. This is probably my number one, even before Gilmore Girls and Stranger Things now, and I know it's only a couple years old. It has now moved to be my all-time favorite show in the entire world. I love it so much. I read the books. I've rewatched the first season a couple times. I've seen the second season. I need to I want to rewatch the second season, but it's just emotional. The beginning is very emotional, and it's like, I feel like I'm not ready to put myself through that again, but I definitely want to give them another rewatch because I know they're currently filming season 3, which I cannot wait. So this one is definitely all-time favorite. It is gonna go underneath changed my life for sure. All right, let's just go back and do a quick run through. For the S tier, changed my life, of course. As I mentioned, The Summer I Turned Pretty, number 1 in my heart and soul. And then we have Stranger Things, of course, and Gilmore Girls. I feel pretty satisfied about those being the top tier, the supreme tier for me. Next, we have overall great, A+. We have Bridgerton, Modern Family, True Blood, New Girl, Veronica Mars, Vampire Diaries, and Wednesday. I paused because I'm like, should New Girl go under overall great, or should it just go underneath average? Oh, I hate having moments like this. New Girl. No, we're keeping it. We're keeping it. That's what my heart told me to do the first time, so we're gonna keep New Girl underneath overall great. As I mentioned, Veronica Mars, Vampire Diaries, and Wednesday. And then average, B+ tier, we have Ginny and Georgia, Friday Night Lights, Greek, Skins, the UK version, Parenthood, One Tree Hill, and then only one in the C group, the C tier, can't help but watch it, Gossip Girl. Anyways, that is that on that. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I've kind of got a big announcement coming up, so it'll probably end up being my next video title. So stay tuned and subscribe if you aren't already, and you can see what's going on in my life.